Okay, so we've created our HTML form displayed here, and we've determined that the data has been processed through the post variable when our form has been submitted. The next thing I'm going to do is check some conditions on this just for the sake of the tutorial. I'm going to say if the string length, or first of all we're going to check for existence, so if name and message. This is just saying does this exist and does this exist, because as long as these do, these will return a true value, and we're using the and operator here just to say is this true and is this true. If it is true, we're going to execute a block of code. Otherwise I'm just going to say let's just say we kill the script and we're going to say you must enter a name and message. Okay, and you can maybe just underline that for effect. And inside our block of code, if this is true, we're going to perform another check. So here we've run an existence check, and now what we're going to do is run a how can I word it? Length check. So this here is going to be a length check, and we're going to say if our name is, or the string length, using our string length function, if it's bigger or if it's smaller rather or equal to, and remember we set a max length here, that's 20, so the max length of the name can be 20. Obviously you can change this if you'd like, and so obviously we're using our and operator again, and the string length of the message is smaller or equal to, and I'm going to set this a limit of, let's say, 300 characters long. Obviously you can change this as well. So if this is true, we're going to execute this block of code. Otherwise we're going to just say max length for name is 20 and max length for message is 300. Obviously a good thing to do would be to store 320 in a variable just separately up here. You could say name len equals 20, and you could say message len equals 300, and then what you could do is you can incorporate this into here. So name len there, oh, keeps messing around today. You could say name len there, and then here you could say let's change that back. Here you could say message len, and then down here you could again replace these, so these will be dynamically replaced if you were performing this check. So we could here say message len. Okay, so we'll give that a test out. The name length is a maximum of 20 anyway, so if you look here we can only enter a maximum of 20 characters, but I'm going to enter something that's more than 300 characters on here. I'm just going to copy paste this along, copy and paste that again, and that should be way more than 300 characters. So if I click send me this, max length for name is 20, you can see that's our variable that's been put in there, and the max length for the message is 300, that's another variable that's been taken from here. And so we're taking a check and echoing out this variable in the check as well. So presuming that everything is okay, we're going to go through and we're going to get the email sent to the user, which is, again, I keep stressing this email here, and we've already got our subject line here. I mean, perhaps we could bring these down here. There's no point setting a variable if the email is not ready to send. So this is our sort of setup variables, what we need to send the email, and obviously we are going to have I mean, we could say from, but this is more like saying an email address. We could just say we've got the name already up there, so all we really need is the message, which again we have here, and we also need some header information, which I'll show you in a minute, but I'm going to leap straight to the mail function. The mail function is something like this, mail, and then the first variable that you need to include is who the message is to, so that's obviously to, and then we have the subject of the email, and the subject of the email is just subject because we've got this here, and then we have the body of the email, so body, and what we can do is we could say here body equals, and we can start setting this up. So this is an email from name. Okay, so we've included the name inside the body of the email, and then what we can do is just use \n, which is a new line, so we can have 2 new lines, and then what we can do is just echo out the message that is going to be included within this. So our body consists of a generic message here, the user's name that we've processed in the form, and then we've gone down 2 lines, and then we've entered our message that has been entered in our form just here. Okay, so let's get rid of these, and that looks about all good to go. As a mail function, you may think, oh, that would work because sending email in PHP is quite easy, but when we do actually go to send the email, we can see that we run into a few problems. Okay, we've got warning, the mail function send from not set in php.ini, or custom from header missing. Now I have actually set inside my ini the send mail from. In fact, no, sorry, I haven't set the send mail from. I need to do this manually, and then after we have done this, we will run into another error as well, which you can fix. But in the next part of the tutorial, I will be fixing this error, and then in the next part we'll deal with any more errors we get after that. So join me in the next part to fix this error. Thanks for watching.